It's Monday, February 23rd, 2026, and we just had a major nor'easter impact people up there in the Boston, Massachusetts, and a lot of people up there in the Northeast were impacted by this. It's starting to calm down a little bit, but we're going to forecast it until it ends. We also got some potential for severe weather and maybe even some rain coming up. So let's jump straight into today's forecast. So let's talk about the winter storm outlook for today first. So we have a slight risk for minor impacts if you live inside this area, where we're expecting minor impacts of a winter storm. We also do have this marginal winter weather area going around it, where we're just expecting some, maybe some snow, maybe not too much snow. Tomorrow, we're expecting minor impacts of winter storm up here in the Pennsylvania Erie area. This is for tomorrow on February 24th, Tuesday. Then we got this area up here in the UP of Michigan, where we're also expecting minor impacts for Tuesday, February 24th. And then we'll still see some snow possibly within some of these areas too. And then let's check it out here on Wednesday, February 25th, because today's 23rd, 24th, 25th, where we do have a slight risk for minor impacts up here for Wednesday, February 25th, and right here. And we could also be expecting some snow within some of these areas on Wednesday, February 25th. So we also have this day 4 probability where we have a 0 to 15% chance of a winter storm impacting these areas on Thursday. So that's what's going on there. So let's check out the future radar to see what's going on with all these storms. So let's talk about the storm that we're having currently, which is up here, our winter storm that's impacting up here. So you know the low pressure system is pretty close to the coast, so that's why we're having those pretty strong winds out there. Some of that snow, not good roadways out there either. We had multiple accidents out there. See, this is what the future radar is supposed to look like. It's probably going to be out of our hair as we go into tonight, into tomorrow morning, where the winter storm is going to be going out and people will be recovering from that. And then as we get into the 24th, which is Tuesday, February 24th, which is tomorrow by the time I'm making this video, we could have some rain down here, and we could have some snow up here, moving through some of these areas. We actually might have a little bit of a snow squall risk out here, as in the middle of the night out here, around 2 a.m., possibly in central Ohio into parts of Indiana on February 25th, where we could actually start seeing some snow developing over here, causing some lower visibilities. And then we can actually see some other snow squalls and some snow after that thing passes through. But that's another system that we got to be watching as well. Now, there is a chance that we could see some severe weather and maybe even some flooding in the near future. So that's what we're going to be checking out next. So this is a GFS future radar. Same thing as some of the other ones, but a little bit, it's longer and it's global. Except here in the Pacific Northwest, we also are having a snow and rain event up there as well. So let's check out the chance for snow and more severe weather. So let's go past all the stuff that I talked about. Let's go over to February 26th, okay? Where on February 26th, it looks like we're going to have some moisture, some snow start developing over here in parts of the Ohio Valley, possibly causing some thunderstorms out here. Maybe even severe weather if the risk goes higher. And then the severe weather risk will probably merge to the southeast on the 26th as well, probably impacting that area as we get to evening hours into the nighttime, where severe weather is going to be a possibility on the 26th. And then we'll possibly have another little system come down for February 28th, maybe even some severe weather happening in Oklahoma. And then as these things are happening, we can actually see something else happen where we can see even another winter storm. Now, this is getting a little bit too far in the future to confirm if any of this will happen, but just keep this stuff in mind. And there's going to be some chances for some upcoming severe weather as we get farther into the future. So the flood risk, let's check out the flood risk that we're expecting out there for some of you guys. So let's move it up to day 4, where we have a marginal risk to see some flooding, which is at least 5% in this green area. So if you're in this green highlighted area, today's February 23rd, 24th, 25th. If you're in this green highlighted area on February 26th, be aware for flooding. Again, we could get like a slight risk for excessive rainfall in this area, maybe even farther up here. So make sure to be staying aware if you're in the highlighted area on February 26th. So That's what's going on there. Like I said, we're gonna have some thunder snow possibly later today up there in the parts of the Northeast. We already had a lot though, so probably nothing too crazy. This is our overall impact for today. If you live up here, not too much of a big impact anymore. You might have noticed that it's getting way colder. You might have noticed it got way cold. As you can see right here, we had an Arctic blast come down. We had that nor'easter over here. It's going to make its track up towards this area. It actually pulled down some of that cold air from Canada. So this cold air is going to be staying in this area for a little bit longer. We're also going to have some of that warm air building in parts of the western into the plains. So on the 24th, we might actually see some warmer temperatures over here, but the east part of the United States will probably continue to stay a little bit more cold. Again, we can see a little bit of a warm up, especially over here in the Ohio Valley into the parts of the southeast on the February 25th. But then we're going to have another shot of cold air possibly come down on the 26th of February, which could cause some more cold, but otherwise it's supposed to stay a little bit above average. Around March 1st, we're still moderating for a big Arctic blast, but can't confirm it because it's kind of far into the future. So that's what's going on with the temperatures. Now, so you guys probably want to know, what about the categorical risk? Well, we don't have any storm prediction center severe weather outlooks, but we do have a thunderstorm outlook for general risk to just to see some thunderstorms out here. So that's if you're in this little highlighted area. This is for February 25th on Wednesday. See if you live in this highlighted area on Wednesday, February 25th. Tuesday, today's Monday, Tuesday, yeah. Wednesday, February 25th, if you live in this area, there's going to be a chance to see some thunderstorms. We could get a marginal risk, but I think that's a pretty low chance. Definitely possible, though. So make sure you be staying aware for that as well. Again, that can merge south, that can merge more north, or it could still stay in the same area. Maybe they might even extend it some more. See, this is the CPC Climate Prediction Center outlook over the next few days, over the next 6 to 10 days, actually. So we're expecting warmer than average temperatures if we live in this location. We also do have a cold. We're also expecting like normal to more below average temperatures if you're up here in parts of the northern United States. So again, it's expected to stay a little bit more above average, but not not that crazy. It could eventually get even more above average as we go even farther into the future, but I can't confirm if that will happen. But that's what the Climate Prediction Center is looking like. We actually could transition to neutral instead of La Nina and El Nino later in the spring. So that could there's going to be a chance that we can see some severe weather this season. So, that's what's going on. There's definitely going to be some chances to see some more severe storms, some snow and stuff as we get to the future, and everything like that. As you can see right here, we do still have some blizzard warnings continuing out here in parts of the Northeast. We're going to have some blizzard conditions. By the time you're watching this, these might not be in effect. So make sure to check out the National Weather Service if they're still in effect. We also do have this winter storm warnings out here as well, and even some winter storm warnings in parts of West Virginia. We're gonna have possibly some more light snow if you live over here in some of these areas as we go further into today, even down here as well. So definitely we're also kind of concerned for maybe some icy roads out here and rough travel, but I don't think it would be too crazy if you're out there in those locations. So, just make sure you be staying weather aware. I'll keep you guys updated throughout the few days. And if you noticed my voice is a little bit different, it's because I am sick currently. I'll keep you guys updated. Just let you guys know, in the southern United States, we are expecting some possible fire weather out there, as we got some red flag warnings, as well as some freeze warnings out there as well, and cold weather advisories. This might not be in effect by the time you're watching this video. Make sure to check it out as well. Over here, there could be some fire risks over there, parts of Texas as well. As you can see, this is our fire risks outlook. You can see that we have a critical fire risk for southern Florida, so we're expecting critical fire weather risks. Then we're expecting elevated over there, parts of the Florida Panhandle, over there to southern Alabama, the Gulf Coast of Alabama, and over there towards New Orleans. We do also have an elevated fire risk if you live out here. We're just gonna be some fire risks. Over here, we can see some pretty strong winds, as well as a chance to see some winter storm conditions out here. We even have an avalanche warning for parts of northwestern Montana, and even parts of northern California and parts of southwestern Oregon. We have a flood watch where there's going to be potential that we can see some flooding out here. So make sure to be aware for that. Also expect some strong winds out here, and yeah, there's definitely going to be a chance to see some flooding. That's all I got for you in today's weather forecast. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next weather update video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.